Okay, so now I'm going to show you the trick. Here's the great advantage of setting it up like this. What we're going to do here is make two equations. We're going to make an equation on the top, and we're going to make an equation on the bottom. So, you simply do it like this. You end up, you know that this plus this equals this, because there's a top and bottom. You also know that this plus this equals this. So let's start with the first equation, equation 1. You end up with 0.7x plus, and put in parentheses because you have to do the calculation first, 0.1 times 30 equals 0.5x plus 30. Okay, so 0.7x plus, because the plus is there, 0.1 times 30 equals, because the equal is there, 0.5x plus 30. Got that? So that's equation 1. Now we do the same thing for equation 2. This is 0.3x plus 0.9 times 30 equals 0.5x plus 30. So, take a look at that bottom there. Oops. Okay, and you notice something. Both of those equations add up to the same thing, 0.5x plus 30. Therefore, equation 1 on the left-hand side also equals equation 2 on the left-hand side. In other words, and I'll just bring this up here, and that's how we're going to solve it. That's the trick. Now I'm going to equate the left-hand side for equation 1 and equation 2 together. Okay? So, hopefully you can read this. We kind of have a low budget here in my tutorial, so I'm using actually a pencil case to keep this together. So here's the left-hand side of that equation. Or sorry, here's equation 1, right? Left-hand side. Sorry, here's equation 1, right? Here's equation 2. So those things are both equal to the same, right? That's what I just showed you. So now what I'm going to do is actually get rid of this, forget this, and I now recognize that this equation equals this equation. And I show that by saying, I put this equation right here, 0.7x times 1.30, right? And then I say it equals to this here. I write it out like that. So I'm saying this equals that. Well, if that equals that, then I can solve for x. So it's simply a matter of solving for x. So we expand here, we get 0.7x, 0.1 times 30 equals 3, and then we get 0.3x plus 27. Then I move the 3 over to that side, and I get 24, because 27 minus 3 is 24. And I move the 0.3 over to that side, and you get 0.7x minus 0.3x, which equals 0.4x. So now I'm down to something pretty simple, 0.4x equals 24. Well, then I have to solve for x. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. One way is to divide this by 0.4. And if you divide that by 24 times 0.4, you'll get it in your calculator. Then you end up with 60, x equals 60. The other way to do it is to make this 1x, so I take 0.4 times 2.5, because 0.4 times 2.5 is 1. So you end up with 1x, and then I multiply this side times 2.5, and you end up with 60. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You end up with 60. Now, how do I know this is right? Because all I had to do is enter 60 into the calculations, into the original formula, and it works. If you have 60 ounces of this thing, you end up with 60 times 0.4 is 42, right? 42 of that. and you end up with 18 of that. 18 ounces of that. And you end up with 0.3 of this, and 0.9 of 27, sorry, 3 of this, and 27 of this. And that adds up to 60 ounces plus 90 ounces plus 30 ounces equals 45, because it's 42 plus 3. 45 of that, and 18 plus 27, which is also 45. And you know that 45 of one thing and 45 of another thing is 50%. That's how we come up with this. Please take a look at it again. Let me know if you have any questions for improvement or something like that, and I'm hopefully happy to do the next tutorial with you. Bye.